Hello, this is Catherine from Fit Armadillo, the fitness company that lets you enjoy fitness at your place and your pace. And I'm here today because it is Tighten and Tone Tuesday. A few weeks ago, I asked my Facebook fans if they had any fitness-related questions that they'd like me to discuss during a future Tighten and Tone Tuesday. And they had a lot of really great questions, which I'm looking forward to answering in the coming weeks. But there was one question that stood out because I got it more than one time. What everyone has been dying to know is how to get a flat, tightened tummy so that they look good in their bathing suits and just feel better about themselves on a daily basis. So that's the question I'm going to answer today. How to get a flat tummy. This is kind of a good news, bad news situation for us because unfortunately, you actually can't just tighten your tummy and just work on your tummy in order to make that area look the way you want it to look. All of us have some body part that we would like to reduce or tone or change, and we can't just focus on that one body part in order to make it change. Instead, we need to make sure that we have a well-rounded fitness routine so that our bodies will become toned in our tummies and other areas as we work towards our goals. So what can we actually do if we want to get that flat tummy? There's two major things we're going to focus on. One will be your nutrition and one will be your fitness routine. For nutrition, the first thing you want to do is see what you're actually eating in a given day. Whenever I have a new client, I ask them to keep a food log. Doesn't matter if your food log is paper or a fitness app that you find easy to use, but you want to make sure that whatever recording device you choose is something that you can keep with you throughout the day. This way you can write down that you ate a handful of Hershey Kisses right when you eat them instead of waiting until right before you go to bed when you're more likely to forget that you took that little detour to your secretary's desk on the way to the printer. You may have heard of the phrase that knowledge is power. Most of us, when we have this food log handy, won't end up eating those extra Hershey Kisses, and at least when we go and look at our food log the next day, we'll be able to easily identify some of the choices that we made that weren't so healthy that we can change. Now, if you're looking at your food log and you see some unhealthy choices, but you're not sure what you should do to make those choices more healthy or to improve our health, the next thing you'll want to do is research what your body needs in order to be properly fueled so that you have more energy during the day, you feel better, and you're able to properly fuel your workouts. Where do you find information on your personal energy and nutrient needs? There's a few things you can do. One of my favorite free resources that I share with clients is the Choose My Plate website that the US government has. This website is going to ask you your age, gender, height, activity level, and current weight, and it's going to tell you how many calories you currently need in order to properly fuel your body. And it will also give you a breakdown of where those nutrients should come from in a very general way. If you're looking to take things to the next level, you can work with a registered dietitian. I also offer meal planning for my clients. As long as you don't have any health issues that require a really specialized diet, I am able to create a plan for you that will include a shopping list so that you can start getting on track. And if you want to learn more about that, I'll leave some info in the comments at the end of this video. Whatever you do, make sure you find some way to educate yourself on how to properly fuel your body. It's really important to focus on our nutrition because it's a lot easier to overeat than to overexercise. So sometimes people will say that your weight loss is 80% nutrition, 20% fitness. I don't necessarily agree with those exact numbers, and it's going to be different for each person, but the fact of the matter is it is easier to eat more than to exercise more, so you want to make sure that you're eating properly before we even look at your fitness routine. Now, for your fitness routine, you already can guess that I'm not going to tell you to do 100 crunches every day in order to get a flat tummy. Instead, I'm going to tell you how to make a well-rounded fitness routine. Now, these are general tips. If you are looking to start your own fitness program, I can give you a lot more detail on what you would actually need. But in general, you want to take a look at your cardiovascular and strength training routine if you're trying to get started and to see results with that flat tummy. Strength training is really important because it will help you increase the percentage of your body weight that is lean tissue, so muscle tissue, versus fat tissue. The more muscle tissue that you have, the more energy or calories your body will need, even when it's just resting on the couch. So strength training is going to up your metabolism, up the number of calories that you need, and that is going to help you burn that fat that might be around your tummy. And so we want to make sure that we include strength training appropriately. If you're just starting out, this would be incorporated as 2 days a week with 1 day of rest in between those 2 days, where you're strengthening all your major muscle groups. So you want to make sure you have an exercise for your shoulders, your chest, your triceps, your biceps, your abs, upper back, lower back, glutes or butt muscles, front of your thighs, so your quadriceps, back of your thighs, your hamstrings, and your calves. At least one exercise for each muscle group. The number of reps and sets that you do is going to depend on what level you're at and what your personal fitness goals are. You don't need to be in the gym strength training every single day. And in fact, you don't want to be in there strength training every day because you're not going to see a benefit if you're working the same muscle every day. You're just going to impede your results. Starting with 2 days is going to give you 80% of the benefit you would get from what we see as the ideal for clients, which is a 3-day strength training routine. So start with that 2 days a week. In addition to strength training, you'll also want to look at your cardiovascular fitness routine. Cardiovascular fitness is any type of fitness that is focusing on increasing your heart rate. So this can be walking if you're starting out. It can be jogging, running, biking, swimming, or a Zumba class. Anything that is going to keep you motivated and keep you moving. And you want to try to do this for 30 minutes most days of the week. If you're starting out, it could be 3 days a week, every other day, working up to 5. And if you're really starting out, you can even split up this time into 10-minute or 15-minute sections each day. So don't feel like you have to be in the gym for an hour every day if you're just getting started. Usually that ends up just demotivating people. Start small, you will see results. As you increase your cardiovascular fitness, your body's going to need more calories every day, and that will also help you reduce the amount of fat that you're carrying around your tummy, but also all over your body. One other thing you might want to add to your fitness routine, if you're already doing strength training 2 or 3 times a week, working every single muscle group, and you already have a cardiovascular fitness routine, is to incorporate some interval training. Interval training has become really popular in recent years. We have a lot of Tabata classes, which are based on intervals, and HIIT classes, which are high intensity interval training classes. And these will have you work at a harder pace and then an easier or resting pace. And you'll just keep on going from one interval of hard to one interval of light work throughout that routine. It won't be as long of a fitness session, but it will cause your heart rate to get up higher and also increase your metabolism during that workout and then throughout the day. So if you don't have interval training as part of your weekly routine, add it in. Start with 1 day a week. Don't do more than 2 days a week because that can actually have negative impacts on your routine. So to get that flat tummy, you need to take a look at your nutrition. What are you eating? What should you be eating? And your fitness routine. Are you just sitting there doing hundreds of crunches every day trying to get that flat tummy? Or are you also working all of your major muscle groups twice a week in order to add that strength training benefit and increase your body's general calorie needs each day, and including cardiovascular fitness. Before we end this video, I will show you one ab-related exercise that you can add to your routine if you haven't done so already, because it's really important, and a lot of us who used to do crunches all the time might not know about it. This exercise is the plank. It's called a plank because we want to keep our body in a nice straight line from head to toe. In this exercise, we're going to work our tummy muscles, the deep abdominal muscles. This is better than a crunch because if you notice how I'm standing right now, I'm not crunching while I'm talking to you. I'm standing up nice and tall, hopefully. And that's because I'm using the muscles that are used to stabilize my core, my abs, and my back. And a plank exercise works on those. So plank is better than a crunch because it works our abs in a way that they are meant to be worked throughout the day, but it tries to strengthen them and tighten them so that we have that tightened tummy look that we all are looking for. So if you want to try this out with us, you're just going to need a mat and we'll bring it down to the floor. For your plank, you're going to start off with a low plank. In the low plank as well as the high plank, we want to make sure that our shoulders are in line with our elbows and we have a nice straight line from head to toe. So I'm getting into position. So here's my plank. I have a nice straight line from head to toe. Abs are in tight. Elbows are right in line with my shoulders. And I'm working my abs, but also my low back is also working to hold myself in this position. I want to make sure I'm not dipping down. That's going to hurt my back and put stress on my back. And I'm not hiking up. Different exercise. We're trying to be nice and straight like a plank and hold that position. If this is too hard, you can come onto your knees, but make sure that you're still in a straight line from head to toe. Abs are tight. As you progress, you can go into a high plank where your toes are still tucked under, but you're basically in your starting push-up position. So hands are below my shoulders, head is in a nice straight line with my body, toes are tucked under. I'm in a nice straight line. I'm not bringing my hips up or dropping them down low. Nice straight line from head to toe. Abs are in tight, working that core, working the abs and the back. And then you can bring it down. Sit back on those heels, walk those arms forward for a child's pose stretch after you do your plank. When you're starting out your plank, you're probably only going to be able to do it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and you can work up to about 30 seconds from there. You don't really need to do more than a 30-second plank, but there are a lot of really good variations of that plank that will make it harder that I can share with you in future videos, or you can look up online to increase the intensity of your workout. Thank you so much for stopping by for Tighten and Tone Tuesday. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I'd love for you to share it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or visit my website so you can get in touch with me or send me an email. I hope you have a great day and an awesome workout. Thanks!